Hi, my name is Cecilia and I am the founder and editor-in-chief of She Does magazine. So the She Does project is a project that brings together students from all of the UAL colleges, courses, years to collaborate on one big creative project. The purpose of She Does is kind of twofold. I'd say the first bit is obviously showcasing what young women can do and creating that space to share the stories of young women, of the barriers that they're facing and also of the amazing talents that they have. And then on the other hand, it's about creating a space for students to explore those talents. So whilst it's talking about our women and their stories, sharing their stories, it's also showcasing our amazing graphic designers, our journalists, our photographers. So it's kind of bringing those two things together and female empowerment both in and outside of the magazine.
Hi, I'm Ruby. I've been the creative director of the She Does magazine so far. I think this project is perfect for creating industry links. It's so nice meeting people from different courses, different campuses. It's just been so fun networking, meeting amazing people who care about the same things you do. It's just amazing.
So the first stage of the magazine was bringing together volunteers. So we had a bunch of applications, we read through all of them, and then from there we selected 80 students to be included in this project. From there, the first stage was research and outreach, so finding the inspiring female-led initiatives and students whose work we wanted to feature. Then came the production stage, so the writers started doing the interviews, our photographers started doing the editorial shots, and the designers started creating the visual image of the magazine. At the same time, our marketing and social media teams were building the audience and sharing the process behind the scenes. After that came the editing and layout stage, where everything kind of started to come together. The stories, the visuals, the designs, and then we could finally see the magazine take shape as a real publication.
I take media and communications in London College of Communication campus. I am one of the assistant editors for She Does, and I am part of the Indonesian Society. My main goal was to just make sure the articles came out good. And what good means is very different for everyone, but I think I just wanted to be very authentic to each writer. I still wanted it to sound like the editors and make sure their voices are heard and their perspectives of things are heard. Authentic representation just looks like, being yourself, being 100% who you are, not being afraid of speaking up and, voicing your opinions. I think everyone has so many different perspectives on things and there's so much nuance to everyone's thinking. And I think just bringing that out pen to paper is just, I think that's the best way to do it.
I am Simona. I'm part of the Creation Society and I do media communication and critical practice here at LCC. And for She Does, I'm the assistant editor. My main goal was to create a space where women's voices were heard and not being reduced, and at the same time to create a space where writers felt free to express themselves. Even though the conversation around women's representation is growing, I feel there is still a gap in platform that truly centers women's story. Thinking about all the women that grow up seeing only male representation within the arts and sports and culture in general. To me, authentic representations is allowing people to tell their own stories with their own words. It's about telling complexities and not stereotypes.
Hi, I'm Non and I'm a third year studying film and TV at London College of Communication. I've been a part of UAL Netball for 3 years now, and I'm also the digital lead and director of this documentary. To me, She Does has given an opportunity to a lot of girls that really need it. I'm from a background where I don't know many people in film or TV, and being a woman in that field as well, where it is so male dominated, it's quite nice to kind of have something now that I can put on my portfolio and be like, this is what women can do. I think we should do this again. It's been so nice to kind of work with people who I don't really get to work with, because obviously being in London College of Communication, there's not always a big kind of bridge between the different colleges. It's been really nice to kind of meet new people and collaborate, and I think getting even more students involved from different genders, ethnicities, and not just girls is amazing. It's been, I think it'll be really lovely to kind of broaden it a bit more and even maybe try a different new mode. So instead of a magazine, maybe like a film or, you know, a gala or a creative gala or whatever. I just think it would be really fun.
I'm Panchi. I'm studying art direction. I'm part of the volleyball team and I was photography lead for the She Does magazine. I think when we were taking the pictures, I really wanted to capture the boldness of it. But then like when you look into it, like bold can be both, can be like coming from the softness, can be coming from the, from like anger, happiness, like anything. I feel very grateful for having the chance to be behind the camera, directing them, also just letting them like do whatever they wanted. Like when we did the sports one in the studio, like they were all screaming, they were playing together, they were like just letting go. And I think that possibility of giving them the space through like a picture, it was like something very, very nice to experience. When I was looking at the concepts that we played around with, it was very important to like be conscious of, if we are gonna play with a stereotype, can we actually make it look like it's like like a satire rather than we are following the stereotype. So I'm glad we used different aspects, so like fashion, the posing, the people that we had, and all of that, like composing like something that both has the stereotype but we managed to like make fun of it in a way. So yeah, I didn't want to avoid them because they are a reality, but I wanted to use them to our advantage.
I'm Amelia Fennell. I work for a company called Ida Sports and we make women's football boots. What does that mean? Women have different feet than men, surprise, surprise. So we account for kind of the different shape of women's feet, the biomechanics of how they move, and we try and put all that research and tech into our boots. Yeah, so I mean, Ida's kind of lean and mighty company, we like to say, so fighting against the big dogs, but realized kind of 5 or 6 years ago that there weren't women-specific football boots. So you could go into a store and you could find women's running shoes maybe and pick those up, but for football boots it was all labelled as unisex. The top of the game, we're having to kind of wear potentially kids' boots if their feet were too small to fit in men's, or as well just unisex, which kind of just meant men's boots had developed historically for men in the game. So that's where really the idea sparked for Ida and realizing that there was this need and market. Yeah, I think students kind of seeing it firsthand and having that they are the future. So how are they going to take their learned experiences from growing up in the sport, things like that, seeing it all firsthand and potentially change the future. So they're going to be the ones going into brands, going into the industry, maybe further in academia to further shape future students in that area as well. But I think that's the really important part, to bring that newness and creativity and basically get the juices flowing, because a lot of the time when you're in the industry you get jaded. In the industry it's so important having those students to amplify that questioning and pushing the industry forward. With more women in sport and showing again that femininity can be strong as well. I think that's kind of in the past couple of years has been a really strong theme in sport. Like, yes, women and girls, keep playing sport, keep challenging the status quo. You can get involved in this and you can shape the narrative and whatever you want it to be, and say yes to have that courage to put yourself in environments that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but might, you might grow and you might grow others as well in the industry and the game itself. So today we're here selling the She Does magazine. We've been on 4 different campuses this week. Today we're at London College of Communication. So far we've had 89 sales, which is super exciting. We have a lot more to go, but yeah, super cool.
It's been really good. Apparently we're 118 now in total, and I think that's amazing. Everyone seems to love it. It's crazy to have it like on hand after working on it for so long. So yeah, it's been really good.
It it's really taught me a lot about what our students want. I think in the future, this is definitely a project that we want to keep doing more work towards creating these sort of opportunities for the students, because you can just tell how excited everyone was to be a part of it, and especially how quickly we gained a following on our Instagram. We had 99,000 views on our Instagram in just those 2-3 weeks that we were posting the content. So it's clearly something that the students want to see and want to be a part of. We've had so many people reach out to be part of the next project, so hopefully this is something that we can do. She does work very well because we had the students engaged in this project. But doing something as a one-off versus being able to continue this project is a very different thing. And I think without getting support from the university, support from external partners, this won't be possible. So I think if we want to continue this work, which obviously we do, and it's something that we're definitely going to fight to do, we need the support from industry people, we need the support from university course leaders and deans, and obviously we need funding and budget, but also just the support of getting us the opportunities. Like within this magazine, we were so fortunate that when we sat down and talked about the articles that we wanted to do, people would be like, oh, I really want to write this topic, and someone else would say, I know someone within that. So really utilising that network within the students helped a lot. But if we would be able to do that with industry connections, with whatever our staff members at the university, what they know in industry, that could benefit the next project so much, because we would be able to expand it in that way. The future of She Does. This is something that we have talked a lot about, especially seeing how interested everyone was in the project. Gaining 500 applications to be a part of this project in deadline season over a week is crazy. So it's definitely something that we're looking to continue and duplicate in a different type of project. We will definitely do something in the future under She, which will be the student hub of empowerment. So rebranding it to be something where we can include everyone. She Does specifically was something to promote Aunties Girl Can campaign, to showcase what our female students can do, women in sports, women in leadership, that sort of thing. But can we expand it to be a project under She for Black History Month, and highlighting our Black creatives and combining them with the industry Black creatives and talking about the art and the culture, and branding it that way? Can we do something for our male students and do something about how being a man in arts, there's typically a stereotype against that, but what can our men actually do, and how great and supportive are they? Because specifically the men in our sports clubs have been so supportive of this project, and actually 30% of our followers on the Instagram are those male students. So also highlighting what they can do and the sort of projects that would benefit them, I think is something that we want to look to in the future.